I'm going to show you how to fill out this selected response items graphic organizer that you can find on the link on page 1.2b of your Canvas course. In order to fill this out, you need to have 2 pages up. You need to have a standards page up and your component 1 page up. So here I am at the National Board site for first time and returning candidates. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. And at the bottom of the page, I choose my discipline and my development level. And since I'm music, I'm going to choose music. And I'm going to choose early and middle childhood. And like I said, I need 2 pages. I need my music standards page. And I also need my component 1 page. Now, once I've gotten to my component 1 guide, if I scroll down to about the 4th page or so, I come to a graphic organizer that shows me what I'm going to be tested on component 1 and how many questions or what percentage of questions is going to be devoted to each section. So you can see here that the first section, theory and history, is going to be testing me on standard 2. And about 25% of the questions will be dealing with theory and history. Facilitating music learning, which is standard 4, will cover about 17% of the test. Specialized skills and knowledge, which is also standard 4, but it's path specific, will be about 1/3 of the questions. And then finally, performing and repertoire, which will cover standards 2 and standard 6, will be about 25%. So that's why I need my music standards, because now I've got to figure out, okay, what is standard 2 and what will be expected that I know. So let's take a look at the music standards. If I scroll down on the music standards to the table of contents, they are all linked. I know I need standard 2, so I can just go ahead and click on standard 2 and it takes me right to standard 2, which is knowledge and skills in music. So here we go. I'm going to pull up the graphic organizer that you can get a blank copy of on 1.2b. I've already started filling it out, and this is what I did. I know that standard 2 is knowledge and skills in music. And I also know from the component 1 guide that I'm going to be tested on theory and history. So I put those over here in the bulleted topics. I know for standard 2, I'm going to be tested on performing techniques, repertoire, and connections to other disciplines. So I put that here in the listed bulleted topics. For standard 4, I know I'm going to be tested on curriculum and instructional strategies. They're right here. So I put them over here in the list of bulleted topics. I also have figured out how many questions I'm going to be asked specifically, not just the percentage, but what percentage of 45 questions will 25% be? That's about 11 questions. And then finally, I'm going back to my music standards. I need to figure out what I need to know from these standards. So if I look over here on standard 1, I'm going to be tested on theory. Well, I'm going to scroll through standard 2 and see what it says about music theory. Knowledge of music theory, history, and repertoire. If I read here, it says, as accomplished musicians, teachers possess a broad knowledge of music and music theory and history. Their broad knowledge of music theory includes, but is not limited to, form and analysis, ear training, including rhythmic, melodic, and harmonic sight singing and dictation, transposition, harmony, and counterpoint. Well, form and analysis, that's something that I don't know a lot about these days. I've forgotten a lot about form and analysis. So I've put that in here. Form and analysis is something I need to know. And I need, in order to study it, I need some kind of theory book. I remember that from college, I have a book by Hindemith all about music theory and form. So I'm going to see if I can find that. That's how I fill out the standard organizer. It may look